Hello all, welcome to our channel Way to Know. In this video, we will explain about another example code which is present as a part of Arduino Cloud. While the example is very clear, some of the configuration that happens in Arduino Cloud need to be known, and for a beginner, it is little difficult to understand what is the flow. Okay, we'll try to explain that. So the first thing, when you open the app lab, this is the example blinking LED from Arduino Cloud is what you have to open. Okay, this actually already is used by us, so we are going to our apps. So whenever you copy that particular example and have it as your app with a different name, it comes under my apps. So how to do that? When you open examples, click on that particular example, and what you can do is on the top you have copy and edit app. So when you click here, it asks for a name. So you give your name, whatever the customized name you want for the project, and then it comes under your my apps. So that is your app apart from the example app which is there. This is the best way to do, so that you will have a clear segregation of whatever apps you actually are working on. So now click on this. So when we click on this, you can see the clear read.md file, which actually gives a very good detailed process of how to do this. There are few things which we might miss out and might be a little difficult to understand, so we will explain it in our way. And the important thing here is, whenever the device connects to the cloud, so Arduino Cloud is something which is present in a remote thing, right? So you have to connect to the remote from your Arduino Uno Q over Wi-Fi. For this, we will be using the MQTT protocol, and specifically here MQTT over TLS is used. Okay, that means MQTTS is used. And one thing what you have to remember is, in App Lab there is something called bricks. Okay, if you open your project which is copied from the specific project, you have something called bricks. In this bricks you have Arduino Cloud thing, where it clearly shows what is a brick. Okay, and what are all the things. So if you go here, this is the example file. So this brick helps us communicate to the cloud. This code gets integrated directly into our code, and you need not configure anything. So that means you have to write your application code, you have to configure your Arduino Cloud. That's it. The connection gets formed using the bridge which is already there. So that's how the bridge thing works in Arduino App Lab. Okay, and if you go to the sketch, what basically we are doing is the same thing as LED blink, where you receive a input from the processor, and the input is collected at the MCU level, and the LED is blinked. Okay, and then in the main.py, this is where the actual Arduino Cloud comes. So in case if you have seen the Arduino Cloud code which is present in the Arduino Cloud, the entire thing comes here. Okay, so here you can see we have imported the bridge, and then we are trying to initialize, and then whatever the objects that are there, we are trying to read them, and we have actually registered this particular parameters in the cloud. So that's what the steps we are doing here. And then this is completely built. You need not even change this if you are using only LED control. If you want other parameters, you can add on top of it, but for now, because this we are starting with a basic example, this is how it is configured, and it's very easy to add parameters on the base code. That's how these example codes help us, right? And then once you open the Arduino Cloud, okay, so the Arduino Cloud, This is the Arduino Cloud. So we are using a free version right now, and you can see here, this is app.arduino.cc. Okay, so now just to show before going there, once we go here, okay, now you can see in the Arduino Cloud, the device are zero online. That means we neither have our previous Arduino Uno R4 or any of the board connected. So let us go to the app lab. Okay, let's click on code run here. Okay, so what we are doing here is basically we are running the app that is there here, and once you run this, what happens is this particular board, whatever we are talking, has the code running and it has to register on the cloud. Okay, now you can see here one online has come. That means the board is up and you can see the device. Okay, and we have several videos on Arduino Cloud in our website. You can have a look. We specifically did with Arduino Uno R4, and then we also did with ESP in 32 node MCU. So there are several examples. Just for a beginner who started with this particular board with the Arduino Cloud, there are three things you have to configure here. One is devices. The first thing, device is nothing but whatever the board that you are communicating to. So when you click here, you can see the devices mentioned here, and you can see the particular board which is on. So now you can configure a device. If you want, you can click on device. Okay, and you can see the boards that are connected, or you can click on any device here. Okay, and then you can select any device. We have selected Arduino Uno Q, and once you select, you can click on continue. And what we get out of this particular thing is you get a device ID and a secret key. This is what enables us to connect this board. So once you do this connect, you can see here, create your device and save device ID and secret key. So once you have this device ID and secret key, note them down because you will not be able to see them again. Okay, and once you start running your code in the app lab here, okay, once you run, it asks for device key and secret ID because we already configured it. Once we ran, it did not ask. Okay, so and then move to the home page again. In the home page, if you see, now that device is created, and you must see like this. Okay, it will not have any associated thing. What do you mean by thing is, we have to do some operation on the board, right? So whatever the operations, like example, you check a button click, or you toggle a LED, or you are reading some sensor data, all these are related things here. The thing could be an integer, float, or a bool. So here we talk about LED, right? So that means we are what we are basically doing is we have a button in this, and when we click a button to on, LED should glow on the board. When we click the button to 0 or off, the LED has to turn off. So that's what we are doing in the Arduino Cloud here. So for that, we have thing here already, and in your free version you will only have two things, so you can delete the existing one and create. So here you can see in the things there is something called variable. Okay, you can have n number of variables. So in your app lab, okay, when you go to your particular code, you go to the editor, you have the object as LED. Okay, the variable as LED. Okay, the same thing you have to use here, and you can have as many variables as possible. Click on variable, and you can see here the kind of variable you wanted. So we have variable in the form of LED, and you can see it is Boolean type. We have read and write operation. Okay, and variable update policy is change. So whenever you edit it. Okay, so this is what is done, and the thing is created. If you are creating, as we mentioned for the very first time, click on variable, click on boolean or something. Okay, and you can see at the top, you can give the name and change the parameters as required. We are canceling it for now. So that means we are done with the device creation. We are done with the thing associated with it. Now it's the next thing is a dashboard. Okay, we are doing a very minimal thing. There are many things that can be done on the Arduino Cloud dashboard. Here, once you have this, okay, in the dashboard, you have to create your dashboard. So before doing that, we'll see what is there on the dashboard. This is what we have done. On the dashboard, we have this. That means whatever the operation that you do on the cloud, for the board to operate accordingly, that will be shown on the dashboard. The dashboard could be like when you do something, you provide input to the board, or you receive some sensor data and display here. Now that we are toggling an LED on the board, that means the input on and off has to come from here. So you can turn on, okay, and then turn off. There is a shot in our channel where it shows this LED turn on and turn off. So this is the dashboard contains the widgets. Okay, now how do you create a widget? So click on edit. Okay, and here you have an add option. Click on it. You can have as many widgets as possible. Now we just added a switch here. Now let us just try to add a new switch. Okay, and switch, and you can click on this, assign the thing to this particular whatever widget you have added, and once you do this, you can show on off labels and click done. So once this is done, what happens is it actually creates the widget. Okay, so we don't want to add that, as it is already added. We have gone back. Okay, so now that is what is part of the dashboard. Once all this configuration is done, okay, if you want, you can actually delete this. Okay, so this is example. This was our LED. You can actually delete this because we don't want this. Okay, now this is how it is configured. So device, thing associated with it, and then the dashboard. Okay, there are several other things like the intervals, and there are specific templates. All these things can be done. And when you go to the sketches here, right, you will have the sketch in the cloud, which actually helps us configure the cloud variables. Okay, so this is what the code is, and here it updates, it forms a connection, and then it updates the data, and there is things properties.h, which has all the device names. Okay, so this is how the entire thing operates. So all set. Once you go back here, okay, and example, if you want to see what is happening, go to the console. Okay, and in the console you will see the log here as shown. And if you go to this Python console, you can see the message that is received from the cloud. So example, if you turn on, okay, and you can actually see that you will see a true here, and then if you turn off, you will see a false. So that means what happens is, whatever the operation that is happening, you will see a message here, and this accordingly, if you go here, there is a print here. Okay, the value that is received right from the remote will be actually printed here. So this is the entire flow when we connect the Arduino Uno Q to a Arduino Cloud using the bridge that is present in the Arduino app lab. Please post if you have any questions or if you face any issues. Thank you.